right, so for single leg deadlifts, I'm going to demonstrate that for you guys. So you're going to grab either a kettlebell, dumbbell, whatever you may have, or you can do this with no weight. You are going to have your feet shoulder width apart, and we're going to start with our left leg here. And you're just going to hinge at the hips, down, and then stand up. So for this, you're going to do about 10 to 12 reps per leg, hinging at the hips and the waist. So this is going to incorporate some leg strength, but also some balance for you. So this is single leg work. So one leg may be stronger than the other. So take that into account. And then you'll switch and go over to your right leg. As such. So if this is the first time you've done this exercise, encourage you to give it a try weightless, and then try a couple of times with some weight. Figure out the weight that works best for you, and go accordingly. Next, I will show you the crossover lunge. So this is just a variation of a lunge. We've done a couple in various different videos, but first and foremost, this iteration of a lunge will be a forward lunge, but with your stepping leg crossing the midline of your body. So that being said, you're going to cross over here and cross as such. So you're going to cross the midline of your body. Again, same rules apply as if you were doing any other lunge, with keeping your chest up and working on those arms. Show you a side angle here, as such. So just another variation of a lunge. Again, a lower body exercise to work on some strength, make you a little bit faster for that Liberty Mile. Or a couple of upper body exercises that you can do to make you a stronger and faster runner. I'm going to show you two. So the first is going to be a single arm row, and then additionally we will have a overhead carry or walk. So for a single arm row, I have a kettlebell here. You can use a weighted backpack as showed earlier, or you can use a dumbbell. So for that, I have a chair here. If you have or happen to have a bench at home, you can use a bench, or even a lower table as well. But I have a chair here. So you're going to hinge at the hips, and then you're going to just row as such. So for this, about 10 to 12 reps per arm. A couple of things to address is that it's not a load of sorts. So you're not going to be doing something like this, and you're also not going to be doing something like this. Okay? So it's just a simple row of sorts, controlled up and down. So this is going to work on your back, and then you can switch to your right arm or your alternate arm, whichever one you were working with. Again, 10 to 12 reps for that. So I'm going to move this chair and then show you guys an overhead carry. So pretty self-explanatory. You can use two kettlebells, 2 dumbbells. You can use a weighted plate if you have it, or either a backpack as well if you want to load it up. So as mentioned, an overhead carry. So you're going to lift whatever weight that you have. You're going to lock it out overhead, and then you're just going to walk as such. However far you walk is up to you. How many reps that you do is up to you, and sets. But you are going to grab your weight, lock it out overhead, and walk. A couple of things to address is this is a shoulder workout, so you should be feeling it as such. This is also going to help with stability with your core. So choose an appropriate weight. So we want you to have arms locked out all the way overhead. So you shouldn't be carrying your weight like this. And you should be able to walk, as opposed to just a static hold. So I'll show you what that looks like. I have two 15-pound weights. So just locking it out overhead and walking wherever you are going. So again, distance and sets are up to you. A couple easy ways to get it overhead is from the ground. You can do a clean and press. If you are a little more advanced, you can do a snatch, whichever works for you. And then again, locking out overhead as opposed to something like this. If you want to make it a little bit harder, a little more challenging, you can go single arm, locking out overhead, and that's going to be a little more of a core challenge for you as you walk, as such. And again, you'll want to do both sides if you choose to do a single arm approach and walking out overhead, okay? If you choose to do a single arm approach, you should be straight and erect. You shouldn't be punching like this. The weight shouldn't be like swaying and taking you everywhere. It should be straight, locked out overhead, and walking. Again, that's gonna be a little more of a core challenge for you, for those that are advanced and want to give that a try. In addition to the overhead carry, you can also do a suitcase carry. So there's a couple of different alterations of such. If the overhead carry is a little bit too much for you, if you don't have the shoulder stability, you can try the suitcase carry. If you're just not comfortable with having anything overhead, even if you're just walking overhead like this, if that's uncomfortable for you, you can try the suitcase carry as well. However, for the suitcase carry, you will need either a dumbbell, a kettlebell, or maybe a backpack will work. It just has to be the right size for you. So if you have a massive backpack, that may be a little awkward to carry. But that being said, I'm going to demonstrate with this kettlebell here. Suitcase carry is straight from the ground. You're just going to deadlift it up and just walk as such. Just walk here and around, so on and so forth. Again, distance and reps and sets are up to you. But let's try to go straight forward. I know I'm walking backwards here, but that's for the sake of this demonstration. So you're going to walk straight. So that's a single arm approach. Both arms here as such. You can try that. So this will be a core alteration for you here. You're not going to get as much of a shoulder workout or shoulder work if you do the suitcase carry as opposed to overhead carry. A couple of things to go over. When doing such single arm or double approach, whichever you so choose, you want to stand tall, just as the overhead carry. You want your core to be tight, so your weight should be appropriate. You shouldn't be walking like this because your weight's too heavy. You should also not be overcompensating and walking such as this because your weight is too heavy, or doing something like this number. So, single arm or double approach, you should be walking straight ahead, core tight, and standing erect. All right, for two core exercises to become a faster and stronger runner in your preparation for the Liberty Mile, wanted to show you two exercises. So the first of which will be an exercise called dead bug, and the second of which will be an exercise called a plank march. So all you'll need is a yoga mat, or if you just have like a soft carpet, you can use that as well. So for the dead bug, you will lay on your back. This exercise will take a little bit of coordination, so adapt this however you may need, whether you're alternating both hands and feet, or just doing both same side of arm and leg extension. So for that, you're going to lay on your back.
you're gonna bring your feet up and you're gonna try and create a 90-degree angle if you can. If not, you can adapt that to whatever you may need. Both your hands are gonna be up, and you're going to alternate the extension of your hands and your feet. So, as your right foot goes back, your left foot is gonna go out. And such. So, my right foot is going back, and my left hand is also doing so. You're gonna come back, and you're just going to alternate that as such for 10 to 12 reps. A couple of things is you want to keep your core tight during this, and you can edit and alternate this however you would need. So whether that's both arm, same side for arm and leg. As such, you can try that. So again, 10 to 12 reps, 16 to 20 reps for that, and adapt that however you may need. Next, we will go to a plank march. So you'll go from a plank position, whether that's your hands or your elbows. So one alteration is from hands, the other is from elbow as such. So I'm going to demonstrate from both, starting with my hands, and the plank or the march alteration you will see just as such. So you'll start core tight, back flat, and you're going to march as such. Okay, so 16 to 20 reps of this as well, keeping your core tight. If you need to widen your feet, you can do so as well. A couple of things that on either alteration that we shouldn't see are things like swaying, like exaggerated swaying. So none of this. Shouldn't have any of that. And as such, with any plank alteration, your back should be flat. So you shouldn't be doing this. And you also shouldn't be doing this. Okay? So from your elbows, it looks a little like this. So elbows, and then a reach. So really good for core activation there, strengthening your core. Again, making you a faster and stronger runner.